All right. Hello, everybody. Hold on, I'm just getting myself situated here. Okay. Whoa. Okay, hold on a second. Getting my screen pulled up. There we go. Hello, guys. Hi, Anne. Hi, Emily. Hello, Emily. I mean, Amy. Emily. Let's see. I'm going to do, so I'm going to see if I can. Hi, Jamie. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Check 1, 2. You guys hear me okay? Okay. Well, I can hear myself. I'm going to turn that back down because that's loud. Let's see if I can bring her in a little more here. Let's see. Let me get this wrapped around here. Now you're bouncing. Hi, Claire from England. Good evening. Good evening. It's like, I don't know, supper time, right? Early evening. Oh gosh, now what did I do to my camera angle? I got you guys all wonky here. Let's see. This way. And this way. And this way a little more. That's better, right? It's 7 p.m. Well, hello, Dee Dee. Well, Claire, so glad we could be your afternoon or your after supper entertainment over here. I just got my cup of coffee. So I've got a fresh cup of coffee because, you know, everything's better with a fresh cup of coffee. All right. More people. Hi, Marietta. Marietta from Missouri. From Missouri. Claire, but you don't talk like the Queen. Claire, what part of England are you from? Yes, Emily, you always need coffee. That's always a good idea. Claire, I do know that people have like very different, like vastly different accents in England as well. I think it's funny when, in movies. Okay, Hampshire. I think it's funny in movies when like bad actors can't do a British accent, so they just resort to one that sounds remotely kind of British, and they just go with that, not really thinking through or realizing that, you know, the accents there are as varied as our accents here. Like someone from Texas does not sound like someone from Minnesota where I am, for sure. Oh, hi, Mommy. Hi, Kathy Mom. Kathy Mom. Yes, Claire, I did send you a prize. Well, welcome everybody. It's like you know how right now, you know how if your life is like mine right now, which I think it's not hard. Your kids are apparently bored because they both have British accents today. Nah, shipping all over the place. Actually, I think the most expensive place that I've ever shipped is Singapore. That's not cheap. Oh my gosh, that's my husband. See that one? Adamola Adigan. See the one with the name that none of you can probably pronounce? That's my husband. Hello, darling. Hi, husbands. we had if your life is anything like mine, which I think a lot of our lives are pretty similar right now, which means that we're super not busy people, right? So Saturdays though, so I know that most of you probably know this, but I'm the music director at our church, and then my husband and our two girls are on the praise team as well. So because we can't meet for Sunday church right now, on Saturdays we've been going and recording, like pre-recording the music, and then they play it on our church's YouTube channel on Sunday. So we just got back from doing that this morning, which is like super weird because we always are saying how, like, because we've been to church and then did music and stuff and come home, now today feels like Sunday, and it's totally screws with your schedule. So today we all feel like it's Sunday now. Anyway, we got home just in time. They had to drop me off, and we got home just in time to come do the live stream. And so they ran to grab us some food. So I'll just eat my food after. So my husband is saying hi from like the food run. All that to say that. Who did I miss here? We've got Northern Craftaholic. Ooh, Nikki, hi. And let's see, what did I miss here? I think us Brits know where you're probably from if you're American. Awesome. Oh, you were just watching my other live, or like rewatching it? Funny. Well, if you're thanks for joining me today. Thanks for hanging out. I've got my cup of coffee here because, you know, life's better with coffee. So I've got a fresh cup of coffee. However, I didn't brew a humongous cup of coffee because that would be bad, because then I'd be going to the bathroom all the time, and, you know, that's just not nice in a live. And what I've got going on my desk here. So this was, if you watched my video yesterday, you saw me make this cover for this journal. And now, would you believe that these have the same number of pages in them? This one and this one. So this is the exact same number of pages, only this one's been decorated and this one has not. See the difference? This is when Nikki goes overboard. And now that I've actually sewn the signature in now, so it's sewn in and it's fully decorated. So that's what makes it chunky. It's just, it's incredible to me what a difference it makes from having just plain pages and then being decorated. Huge difference. Oh yeah. So, okay, if you guys don't know what they're talking about in the chat there, Jamie and Dee Dee both live in Colorado, and the Blue Angels, which even if you're from the US, you might not know who the Blue Angels are, but I believe, are the Blue Angels, remind me, you guys, are they the Air Force or the Navy? They might be Navy pilots. Anyway, they're like a precision flight team, and they do air shows and everything, and they do the flyovers at like Air Force, you think, Jamie? So they do the flyovers at like sporting events and the Super Bowl and all that sort of stuff. But they also do like really cool precision flying and whatever. So they must be like based out of, what's the big Air Force base out there? I don't remember. Anyway, because they're going through graduation at Air Force Academy, which is out in Colorado, I think, right? Blue Angels are Navy. Thanks, Anne. So, so they're Cheyenne Mountain. Okay, yeah, so they're going to do but they have a plan where they're going to go fly over all these different areas of Colorado today. So they've got a map, and it shows like what time exactly they'll be flying over these different areas. So they're doing a show for all of Colorado today, which, how cool is that? So since Dee Dee and Jamie both live in Colorado, different parts, but they both live out there. So they might run out during the middle of this and go listen and watch, because they'll get to go see them fly over. That's pretty cool. Like, that's a very creative idea, doing their part to keep people entertained. So, so anyway, what I'm going to work on today is I'm going to set this one aside. She needs some sort of binding closure because boy, oh boy, she's chunky. So yes, yeah, Northern Craftaholic UK, which I love that name, is Victoria Minxie Barron, right? Minxie, is that what you go by? Is that like my name is Nicole, but everybody calls me Nikki? Is that just do people call you Minxie? Okay, so I made this journal cover yesterday. We're just going to take that off, and I'm going to work on, well, let's see. Am I going to decorate? I've got this pile over here of like all the different pieces of things that are kind of like in process. Let's go like this. I think we're going to do this. I'm going to just work on decorating some of these things. So some of them are already decorated and ready to go into the journal, but some of them aren't. So this is just kind of what I do. This is kind of my process of getting like the ephemera pieces ready to go in there and stuff. Thanks, Claire. Oh my gosh, I love these colors. This is from Amy, who's in the chat right now. Glamping Bear. She sent me in Happy Mail this fantastic, it's pillow ticking. Do you know what I'm talking about, pillow ticking? I don't know if I'm going to hold it up, if that's going to make any difference, or if it's just going to be blurry. But it's like thick, like canvasy. And it's what they use to, obviously, to make pillows, right? To put on the outside of the pillows. And it's got the greatest feel. It's got the greatest feel. And it's got good body to it too. So like it stands up really nicely here. But the colors are so gorgeous. Yes, Emily, they're so gorgeous, aren't they? Oh, Minxie Dudette. That's your name. Nice. Yes, Emily, I love pink and yellow together, aren't they? And I'm not usually such a yellow person. But yeah. So Amy, you'll have to tell us, did you get this at like a regular fabric store? It totally reminds me when we were young, I had a feather pillow, and it was like an older feather pillow that, if my mom is still in the chat, remind me where we got the pillows from. I don't even remember if they came from my grandma, like her mom. I don't exactly remember, but they had like kind of a pillow ticking on the outside of them. It was my favorite pillow. And this totally reminds me of it. But she gave me, so I got this color and then this color, which is gorgeous. This kind of like deep raspberry reddish one. Oof. Yeah, okay. My great grandma. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, my great grandma. And those feather pillows, they were awesome. But this is like heavy duty. So yeah. Anyway, and then she gave me a little spool, which is way over there, and I can't reach it right now, but she gave me a little spool of this too. And then Amy, did you got it on an online fabric store? I might have to check that out. And then did you cut it, or can you rip this? You probably can't rip this. It's too thick. But you probably could shred it pretty easily. Anyway, she did a really good job. You did a really good job of this, Amy. So I love that. And thank you, Claire. I'm proud of myself sometimes. Sometimes I get overly proud of myself, like, whoa, I did that. And then everybody around me is like, wow, Nikki, everybody can do that. But then sometimes I also am like not so proud of my decisions. Lately, as I've grown up and got a little more mature and, become better and, gone deeper with the Lord, I'm better at making better decisions. I'm proud of myself a little more often. But thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. I really wouldn't be here doing all of this if it wasn't for you guys showing up and actually like wanting to listen to me and hang out with me. So I'm glad that I, put content out that you guys actually enjoy listening to. You tore it. It rips really easy. Wow. Doesn't look like it would because it's so heavy duty. But who knows? Okay, so these are ready to go in. These are just a couple of pockets, like book page pockets. And then I, folded up the bottom and sewed on some laces and stuff. And then these are some of those collage tags that I made. So I've got one of those in each one. Then I made these, I think I think I just showed them, but I don't think I made them on a video. But so here, these are going to go, these will probably be like tuck spots, or they might tuck into a pocket. Who knows? Because they've got journal space on the back. So those are ready to go. This is a big flip, like a book page that I just folded the top over and sewed some. So, okay, here's the thing, guys. So you know how I'm tackling my scraps. So I was so proud of myself for getting through all of this mondo pile of scraps, right? The humongousest pile of scraps ever. And then I go through, if you've watched my videos, right? I go through, now I've got another huge pile, but it's organized chaos because I've curated all of the scrappy pieces and things and collage pieces, and I've curated them with all of these digital kits that I've purchased in the past that I now have, like, I've printed them and stuff, but I just never got around to them. So I had a folder full of digital, like other people, digital kits and stuff that I just had never gotten to. So I'm like, that's part of my scrap project as well, is using those up. So I've got those, I pulled those all out. I matched them up with some of the collage pieces and stuff. I pulled together some of my 12 by 12 pages and some coffee stained pieces and different stuff and kind of got them set up into piles ready to go. So then I was super excited and proud of myself for a minute. And then I got going on this and started, cutting papers down to size and realized I was just creating more scraps, guys. So yeah, so look at, yep, just created some more scraps, but here's what we're going to do. I am endeavoring to use up as many of the scraps for every project, like right in that project. So these are all offcuts, right? So like the offcuts from cutting the page down have now become pockets, layered pockets on here with some lace and stuff like that. And then like here in this pocket, I just have a large offcut like this that I folded in half. And now that's a journaling card. And it matches, all cutesy. So that's in there. This is another offcut here. This is some gorgeous Nazi paper. Oh, I think they're wallpaper kits. They're so pretty. So I've got that in there. So this is a flip. So this one looks like this. Let me show you. This is in the front of this book that I've already finished, and it flips up like so. The only thing I had to do, let me make sure I'm still in frame. Yeah. The only thing I had to do is reinforce it here because it is just book page and it felt kind of flimsy. So I had to reinforce it but I used another piece of offcut to reinforce it. So I used one of my 1-inch offcuts and made a little piece of kind of looks like washi. So that flips up, and then on the back, it's just glued down. So, yeah, Amy, I saw that you made that collage. Isn't it great to collage a bunch of scraps together for that same thing? It works good. It's a practice I'm going to try and do more of. Okay, so this is ready. Then, because these pieces, these collage pieces came off of when I was cutting down the cover. So when I was cutting this cover down to make it the right size, because this was a piece of 12 by 12, right? This was a piece of 12 by 12, but clearly I had to cut some off. So when I was doing that, I got off cuts. So we're going to turn these into tags. That's part of what I'm going to do here. That's why I've got them sitting out. And then, I've got a bag. We'll decorate that. I've got those envelopes. Then I've got this tag that clearly all I've done to it is sew some lace on. So we'll do that. Yes, Claire. Oh my gosh, isn't this paper so pretty? I love this paper and it works so perfect. It's like that great shabby chic floral vibe, but the colors, I love the colors, this vibrant kind of teal, and then these the flowers, they're gorgeous and they matched this cover so well. Yeah, I love it. I think I used my 2 last pieces of it. Oh, hey, Lizzie. There's Lizzie. Lay. That's my 16-year-old. So then I've got an envelope and I decorated this up. I thought I glued it in there for a second. It is a stunning. Do you have this paper pad, Emily? Do you have that one too? It's got all kinds of beautiful shabby. I mean, if you like shabby chic, it's full of it. So here, these pockets are made out of scraps. This tag is made out of scraps, and I just put one of my stamps on there as a pull. And then this is part of Amy Glamping Bear, who's on here. This is part of her. Amy, do you have these listed in your shop now? I don't remember if you said you got them put up yet or not. But she's got some new, they're either in the shop now or they will go up in her shop soon, embroidery kits. But oh my gosh, they are fun to play with. Like, here's some more offcuts. Okay, she says, yep, she's got 3. She's got 3 kits up now, so you should go check them out totally. And it's not Glamping Bear on this is YouTube. That is Etsy. Just take another drink of my coffee for a sec. I think on Etsy, aren't you Glamping and Glitter? She's going to put it in there. Yep, there it is. Glamping and Glitter. So if you want to check these out, you totally should, because they are super awesome for collage. But I mean, I love this piece. This came off of there. I've used this several places throughout here. So it's got like great, here, let me show you this one. So this is another piece of it, and it's got all these little bits that you can like tear out or tear around and use in collage, or, you know, if you're making little, like on the inside of this one, I just put a little piece in the background. It works great for that. And then this big strip was so pretty here. And then here's another piece of the offcut from the cover. So I cut this piece off from the cover, and it's all, you know, bits and pieces of the, and then I freehand cut this. I was kind of proud of myself for a second, guys, because I couldn't punch through it because that thing was like, this was so thick. But yeah, I freehand cut that. Yeah, you can all be proud of me too. It's okay. So that's ready to go. That'll go over like the edge of a page, and then I'll sew it in, and this will be a tuck spot on the back side. So yeah, and then I've got over here, here's a couple more offcuts. So I think we'll cut those down into tags. I've got this guy, this will go in there somehow. I coffee stained these guys on those new, I put these on those new, I think I showed it in a video, I think, or in my last live or something, but they're disposable, like tinfoil disposable grill pans, and they have these bigger holes in them like this, and they're rectangle. They're like size of a cookie sheet, and they work so perfectly. But let me just tell you, we're just passing along some tips here for a second. The most awesome part about it is, because tinfoil is such a good conductor of energy, it if you keep your oven on really low, so like mine was on 170 or something like that. Thanks, Minxie. Yeah, I was showing them off in my first live. They're so awesome. I went and bought 4 more of them so I could like keep them rotating because I can fit 4 in my oven. But because there's such a good conductor of energy, my oven was on 180, which I think is the lowest it goes. And I could literally pick them out with my fingers without burning my fingers. So if I opened my oven door for just a second and then let it just cool for just a second, I could actually like nab them and throw them up on my top of my oven quick enough so I didn't even have to mess with like a bunch of, you know, hot pads and towels and all that sort of stuff. It worked so great. And look at this super cool, like the big polka dots. I think they're adorable. So like here, this one is from, I was just going to say Emily, but this isn't Emily. This is from Chantal at Red Page Cafe. So that's like her pizza pan. And then this is the grill one. So the bigger dots. Anyway, I got the sheet pans at Walmart. So if you're anywhere where there's a Walmart and you want to try this out, it's super good. And they're disposable. So you're not worrying about like wrecking your good pans. That's my tip of the day. You're welcome. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, oh, and I've got this out too. I was going to turn this envelope into a flip. I've got that in one of my, in the other book. So maybe we'll work on that too. And some tags that need some decoration because, you know, clearly that is not acceptable. It needs stuff on there. Yeah, I love polka dots too, Jamie. They're so stinking cute. What is it about them? I mean, all it is like, but it's adorable. Okay, so if I can find my scissors, ta-da! I'm going to cut these down. So these are, again, these are just offcuts from the, from when I made the covers. What'd you say, Minxie? Your daughter just sent you her stainless steel pizza pan, but you can't use it as you only have a microwave oven and it's too big. Yeah. So you were trying to use it to do coffee staining and you can't even. Sad. Oh, I already rounded this corner, so I must have thought that I would make this into a tuck spot, which I certainly will. This one, though, I think will become a tag. Oh, I think I hear my family arriving home. It's so beautiful here today. I think it's like 63 degrees and sunny for the first time in a while, because we went through this weird, like cold, snowy, like for a couple of days it would just snow, and then it'd be like sustained winds of 30 miles an hour for a whole day. It was gross, but we've been rewarded with warmer weather now. So I'll take it. I've got my windows open. It's lovely. You'll wait till your lockdown is lifted and go and use your mom's cooker. Oh, how cool is that they only live 2 doors away? If you actually like your parents, that's probably pretty awesome, huh, Minxie? I love my parents, and very often I wish that they lived a lot closer than they do. They moved away from me. If you were at my last live, we talked about it. I won't talk about it again, just saying. Rainy and gross. Cold today, but at least the sun's come out. Well, that's good. That's a benefit. The sun makes such a difference. I've got my butterfly stamps and my flower stamps. And then I've got from my Torn Spring Florals kit, I've got all the flowers that I tore out of that. So we're just going to start decorating these up. I've got some not stained, not coffee stained. And this is the edge where it's reinforced, so it's harder to separate out. But this is not coffee stained cheesecloth. So we'll just collage some things. After tearing all these out, guys, my fingers, that was a day. Oof, my fingers were screaming at me. So this is going to be a tuck spot. Look what else, guys. Oh, see, Anne, it sounds like your weather is very similar to ours today. Beautiful. I got to break open my new art glitter glue. Oh, my precious. I think that this is one of my favorite things ever. And I got a new little pin now. Look at my old one compared to my new one. Can you tell which one I've been using for like 6 months? Okay. So I'm going to, oh, and I transferred my little rubber band. You're a very close-knit family, so it's awesome having them close. You moved to be closer to them. That's awesome. It's like coming back home. I agree. Even though we grew up down here in the cities, which, I mean, a lot of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but my parents live like 5 hours north, and my sister and her family, and my brother, and his family all live up there. So our whole family. My husband, being from Africa, his whole family lives all over the place. Hi, Susan. You're not late. Oh, see, you're especially not late if you were out for a walk with your granddaughters. That is priority. That's lovely. Claire, oh my gosh, this glue, it will change your life, I'm telling you. Who knew? When you're like a kid and your parents get a new refrigerator and they're all excited and you're like, it's just a refrigerator. And then you're like, when you're an adult, someday you'll understand. That's kind of how I view like the new glue thing, right? So, the kids are probably like, why is my mom so excited about a new glue? But oh my goodness, who knew that glue could be so life-changing? But this little precision tip and the fact that it's a small bottle, it makes it easy for my tiny little baby hands to hold. Oh yeah, Amy. So Amy, you found that. Oh, hi, Carol. You can't stay. Oh, that's okay though. Thanks for popping by and saying hi to us. I appreciate that. I hope you have a lovely evening and enjoy whatever it is you're popping off to go do. He tried to glue his shoes together with art glitter glue. It was kind of funny because my husband was looking for glue for something. I don't remember what. And he was like, well, if we could just find some glue for this or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. I said, I have like the most glue. I have all the kinds of glue we could ever possibly need. Let's see, do I want another? Or should I find a floral? You're sorting out your mum. I hope that's like not a bad thing. I hope that's a good thing. I hope that means you're just like helping her get some groceries or something. Something smaller. Guys, I'm not feeling it. What do I put on the top of this? Oh, maybe I should, hold on. Yeah, you know what, Claire, I just got a delivery of some paper today, and I was like, yeah, and more cardstock so I could print some things, and they're just like, what? Why is that great? I do have maybe like a smaller label. Oh, I have the lace. Yep, Minxie, lace is always a good idea too. You would agree with Jamie. Jamie says lace. Yep. Look at it. Before I even looked up, I was like, yep, Jamie thinks lace is always a good idea. I've got some labels too. Those are too big. Lace it is. Let's find some lace. I grabbed a few. I have a few laces over here. I've got this super cute rickrack. Oh, wait, I've got this one. Like that, guys? What do you think? This is like, I don't know if it's showing up. It's like a very light pink. Ooh, maybe a layer some lace. I'll just give that one a cut, and then we'll throw a little bit of this on there. Oh yeah. Oh, lace. Emily, you killed your printer. Doing what? Like just overuse? Because if that's the case, I can't believe mine hasn't died yet. I have to remember where I got this crocheted lace. Ow! You guys! Sorry if I just screamed in your ear. Ouch. I just totally poked myself really good, but it's not bleeding, so we can continue crafting. It's all good. If it was bleeding, I'd just, slap some glue on there and keep going. The sole started flapping on your trainer when you were in town, and you super glued your fingers together fixing it. Sounds like me. I use glue all the time. Super glue and we do not get along. But look, I just love this. Isn't this the cutest? It's like the best of both worlds. It's rickrack and crocheted lace. I love it. That's really cute. Printing, huh? Yeah. I'm gonna go. My sewing machine is like right over here, so I'm just gonna zip. I think this will be better if I put a little zigzag on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna zigzag that right there. Right there. There we go. I glued a pin puncture during the last video, but I played it off. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of having a bunch of glue around and is one of the problems with having a pin that goes into the top of your glue that you use all the time. I've poked myself with it more times than I remember. There, I like that. That's really cute. Little flap of lace there. It'll look really cute as a tuck spot. In the done pile. Oh, paper cuts. That's the one nice thing about if you make a mistake like that while you're doing a recorded video is you can edit it out as opposed to a live. I just scream at the camera when I poke myself. Oh, still not bleeding. We're good. Just take a sip of coffee and rub some dirt on it. Okay. I think I might pink this up a little bit by putting some, I'm going to collage some scraps on top of my collaged scraps. Does that sound good? Oh, hey, now Joy's here too. Are you all actually here? You're just not chatting? My whole fam? My whole fam jam. They're like on the floor below me, eating their delicious food that they went and got. Okay. There we go. Polka dots, because polka dots make everything cute. Your 4-year-old granddaughter tells your daughter, Granny can fix it. She has glue and more glue. I'm telling you. And how proud we are of our glue collection, right? I mean, just right here around me, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And look I've got a refill just in case, because enough of this whole, waiting for the refill bottle to come. So now I just order the whole big shebang at once. So I've got all the glues, but you need all the glue. You need the glues, the different glues for the different things. Okay, let's put that's how we have to have the glue. That's cute. I like that there. But it needs cheesecloth because, you know, cheesecloth. Yes, Minxie, it's sweet that they come. Although I did have to make my daughters promise that they wouldn't just come and spam the chat with a bunch of nonsense, because that's always their threat. They're like, because that's what they do to each other. They go on each other's on each other's text messages and stuff, and they'll just put a whole bunch of nonsense in and text each other, and yeah, so then they're like, we're gonna do that to your live chat. But Jamie knows that if she sees that nonsense happening, she can kick them right out. Yep, you'll block them. Thanks, Jamie. Jamie's got my back. Everybody needs a Jamie in their life, like every day, all day. So when somebody's bugging you, she'll just come along and be the enforcer and block them. So, rubber cement, God, I haven't used that for years. I haven't used rubber cement for years. Probably the last time I even had rubber cement was like for creating an 8th grade project board or something. I haven't used rubber cement for a long time. That's the one that doesn't rubber cement like have a really strong smell to it, if I remember correct. Like again, I said I haven't seen any rubber cement for years. Where are my? Somewhere on my desk. Which there they are. I was going to say hole reinforcers. I'm going to put some holes in these tags before I forget. Now, somewhere on my desk is a hole puncher. I know where my other one is, but I want that one. Yeah, it's toxic. That's what I thought, Emily. I thought so. Like really strong smell. That's kind of what I remember. Oh, there we go. Just look around long enough, I'll find it. Paul once asked how much glue I thought I needed. I asked how many more pairs of boots he thought he needed. I get all the glue I want. Nice. We, here's how I figure in this household. And if my husband's still on here, if they're down there all eating together, they're going to hear this. But my hobby here is way cheaper than his hobby. I can buy some little glue and be happy with some new glue and stuff, and I'm good. He, on the other hand, is a musician. So, new musical equipment, not so cheap. A new bass, not so cheap. New computer equipment, not so cheap. So, it's easier for me to justify my craft addiction because it's way less expensive unless you add it all together, but we just try not to think about that. Okay, there we go. Well, I think that my husband knows better than to come rummaging on my desk for things. Just like I would never ever go in his music room looking for things. That sounds like a problem. Like trouble. I have also put out, I got some of this. This is from Amy too. Look at this. Thank you, Amy. These are this cute little like pearl, flat back pearl thing. So I think maybe we'll put a couple on here. No, Claire, don't say things like that. Don't tell me to add it all up. That's not good. You're supposed to be enabling. You're supposed to be helping. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, Jamie. Everybody say you hope Jamie feels better. She had a bit of a spill yesterday. And so she's moving kind of slow. So yeah, make your way over to go see the cool blue angels fly over, but do it slowly and don't hurt yourself. And if it's still icy, don't slip. Now, I don't know, guys, art glitter glue with the pearls or Fabri-Tac or Aleene's. What should I glue them with? Hi, Nora. Welcome. Welcome to our lovely little live. Yeah, don't fall again, Jamie. That would be awful. I think I'm going to go art. Do you say, Dee Dee? You glue them down with art? Okay, we'll just go with it. We're going with it. And if it doesn't work, I'll blame Dee Dee. I'm going to try not to get it all over my fingers. Okay. Oh, you're still sewing masks. Are you guys in, I don't know, you've maybe seen it on Facebook. If you guys are in Tracy Fox's, the Foxy Crafters Facebook group, I just posted a video in there of this most hilarious woman. Like, you know, she's doing a tutorial on how to sew masks. It's pretty funny. She ends up cutting her finger. She ends up sewing her sleeve into the machine. It's pretty good. Who else? Oh, hello, Kathy. Oh, I said, nope, I was going to say, and Nora, and Gail. Now Gail's, oh, and Jessica. Wow. We just got a whole bunch of more people jump in. Hello, everybody. Hi, hello. Okay, Dee Dee, are you going to go see the planes? I'm kind of excited. I really wish there were planes flying over our house today. I mean, oh, I was telling Jamie, though, we do live near a smaller, like, regional airport here, just over a couple cities. I'm just rummaging over here as I chat, looking for something. Oh, yeah, there we go. We live close to like a smaller regional airport, and so we get to see, like, in the warmer months, we get to see like a lot of hobbyist planes fly by. So like sometimes you'll see some really cool older planes like that belong to the hobby people. Oh, Kathy, that's right. Yeah, it's already Sunday for you. Crazy people. I'm very honored that you're here at 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So there we go. This is it's got a little gold twist in there. I'm down to just my last little bit of it. But there we go. We're going to call that done. Yeah, you know what, Minxie? It's like, well, that's one of those things where if you don't have your name, like if you have your name of your company on your YouTube or your Facebook, then it's like confusing. Like I have literally had people say, oh my gosh, your Musings by Nikki? I've been using your kits for years. And then I go, yeah, because this is just my full name on YouTube. Okay, Em. Well, if you get kicked out, then you can come back in if you so happen to want to rejoin us. Oh, right, Amy. Amy works with airplanes or works at a airplane manufacturing. Am I saying that right? Oh, Claire, for years we lived down in South Minneapolis, which is right by the airport down there. And yeah, I get it. We were lucky that we weren't right under one of the runways because the flight patterns didn't go directly over our house, but we were just a few blocks off from the airport. So I understand loud airport noise for sure. And yeah, Minxie, yep, I've gotten that a few times. Like, oh, yeah, now I recognize you. Or it's even hard for me to try and remember, everybody, like, so when everybody's on here, like, there, Glamping Bear, that's Amy. I know that's Amy because we're friends, we're buddies. But it's hard to remember who's all shops, what shop names go with what people. Yeah, you build them. That's really cool though, Amy. Like, do you guys build the big, huge, like commuter planes there? I would guess, because that's a majority of the planes being built are probably the big commuter ones. Don't you love it when Gail mentions you? Doesn't it feel like if Gail or like Tracy, if if those people mention your name, doesn't it make you feel like a small bit of a celebrity? Especially since Gail is so prolific and she's like on every day. I feel like I know everything about her whole life, which is kind of fun. Yep, butterflies down in the corner. Oh, I'm getting glue everywhere. Totally freaked out the first time she showed off your Happy Meal. Right, Emily? It's like so funny. Oh, Amy, you do build the big ones. Cool. It's so funny because, you know, she mentioned she had purchased some of my labels, which I somehow missed in my shop, that it was her purchasing them. But she had purchased some of my labels, and then I was just watching her one day and she said something about these are musings by Nikki, and I went, wait, what? Did you seriously just say my name on your channel? Then all of a sudden I was like, I kind of felt special for a sec. Yeah, I think we all love Gail, right? It's like, you know, she's so normal. She's just like, you know, talking to a friend. That's literally what it's like. Amy, that is a solid good point. Because every time you send something, like every time somebody sends something to her, like as a piece of Happy Mail, then she'll go, okay, now go over to their shop and buy whatever it is that you sent her. And then all of a sudden you're like totally swamped with orders for whatever it is that you sent her. And then she'll say, well, I think they got a little overwhelmed when I sent her that, or, you know, when I mentioned her, and now she's back ordering, and she is a shopping enabler. That's for sure, Jessica. Gail knew that you fell? Jamie? Jamie knows Gail. Yeah, you know how we're all here fangirling over Gail? Like, Jamie actually knows her. So yeah, she's in. She's in with the Gail. Minxie, you say you're only here in the journal community because I'm trying to do this and I'm not even looking at what I'm doing. I'm just reading comments up on my computer. Mentioned you, and now you chat on a personal level. Wow, Minxie, that's celeb status. You're celeb status. Do you think someday they'll be like, oh yeah, I know Emily and Nikki and Nora and Jessica? Do you think someday, honestly, guys, just stop for a second. Can you imagine if like somehow Gail popped in to this by some odd random chance, and here I am, we're all talking about her like she's the coolest thing ever, and then she comes in and we're all like, ah! Falling and fainting like fainting like she's the Beatles and she just showed up in my life, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do about my life. Gail is in my life. Oh, Tracy. Okay, so when I got onto Tracy's design team, I had to audition, right? So I had to make a journal, and then I I loved Tracy. Like I watched Tracy all the time. She was one of my huge inspirations in kind of first starting into this junk journal world. And so I when I decided to um when I decided to like try out or or make a journal, because for the longest time I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have any business being on her design team. And then I decided to try it, I was like, just do it. The worst that happens is she's like, nope. So I did it. And then when she announced my name on as like one of the people that got in, I think it was like 3 or 4 of us. No lie. We're going to just keep it real here. I think I watched that video like 6 times because I was so stinking excited and really could not believe that I made it up to her design team. You told Gail to enter into my 19-day giveaway? Yeah? Oh, and she said she loves my kits. You guys, she knows about me. Oh, why are we getting so, yes, why do we all get so excited when our crafting stars say our names? You fangirled when I followed you, Amy? Oh, oh goodness. I'm not worth fangirling over. But thank you. I'm actually kind of oddly honored by that. I literally, guys, I know I say it all the time. I know I said it like 18 times in my giveaway drawing video and everything. I know I've said it a bunch of times and it probably at some point starts sounding disingenuous, but I honestly mean it. There are some times when I look at my subscriber count and I'm like, I cannot believe that 2,000 people actually subscribe to my channel and want to that means like, so it's not just people just watching. This is like people actually wanting to repeatedly see my content. And so when I get to 2,000, I was like, there's, then you have to stop and you go like 2,000 people. That's a lots of people. I'm just completely shocked sometimes. Emily, someone told you that they heard about you from Gail, but they were mistaken. No, I would believe it. She's such a good, like her, Tracy. I mean, a lot of these people, the bigger channels, this is one of the things that I super love about this is like, I totally love the way that the bigger channels mention the smaller channels and try so hard to like get names out there and stuff. It's so awesome. Like, it's such a, so much of the rest of YouTube, and I know I've said this a bunch of times, so much of the rest of YouTube is such a hot mess. Like there's so much awful stuff that you can go look at on YouTube, like, and it's filled with stupid drama and, they exist off drama and being stupid. So, for finding such a supportive and awesome community where really I've never once felt like I was in competition with another designer or another YouTube channel. More than that, and moreover, I've always felt like, how can I try to be a part of what everybody else is doing, which is like lifting everybody else up and trying to get smaller channels bigger and whatever. I think like that is such a positive side of YouTube that, doesn't get a whole lot of light shown on it. And I keep saying our little community, but really, I think our papercraft community is growing quite a bit. Minxie, you heard about me from Tracy? Oh, my little midsummer. I forgot about that little book. Hey, guys, that's right. I have a freebie of a little mini book. Remember when I did that one thing that one time? It's probably still on you can still get it on I'm just so sweet, Susan. It's just who I am. My mommy raised a good girl, I guess. You guys are all awesome. I just really, truly, especially right now when we can't really go, you know, I can't go have coffee with my girlfriend or hang out and whatever. Yes, Lizzie. Lizzie would like some applause. Lizzie, you were my first subscriber. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Mom. It's turned into a love fest. Kathy Nolan, did you just feel like the coolest person on the planet when Gail took out your paperclip and said, "Oh, I love it. It's so awesome." And you're like, "Yeah, she loves my paperclip." She's so gracious when she like opens packages up and like looks through things, and even like, let's be honest, sometimes people send her some random things where she can't really tell what it is or how it's supposed to be used or what it's for. And so, but she's so good and gracious about like, being like, "Oh, I love it. I'll have to mess around with that and figure out how it works." I think I just saw one recently where she did that. She was like, "I don't really know what this thing is." But then she's like so gracious about it, and she's like, "I'll play with it and figure it out." Yes, Gail, right? Sometimes people clean out the junk drawer, and she is so kind though. She's just like, "Oh, I love this. I love this." And she's like, I'll totally look at that. And then if you watch her craft room tour, you're like, "Well, see, that's where all that goes," because holy cow, she had bins and bins and things and bins. What do you think? Need some lace there? You freaked out when I commented on your video? Wow. I think she films all of her Happy Meal. Yeah, Jessica, right? She films everyone's Happy Meal. I mean, her Gale Mail. Claire says, "Us crafters are in a special world all of our own." Yep, for better or worse. And we're all a bit crazy. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Emily, but if she hated it, you'd be able to tell? No, she wouldn't. First of all, she wouldn't hate anything that you sent her, Emily. Let's be honest. You do amazing things. So no matter what you sent her, it would be amazing. But she spends a lot of time asking people not to send. I know, as she's running out of room. Seriously, I thought that. I've thought about sending her Happy Mail, but not actually Happy Mail, just like maybe writing a letter and making a card or sending a letter that she could put into her correspondence journal or something, just to say how I really do appreciate like how she is so, yeah, I think I like that, how she's so generous, and how I just really appreciate how thoughtful she is and what she does for our community and stuff. Here's the trick. How am I going to glue that down? I don't want to sew over the ruffle again. This is going to be a treat. You just have to hold it back. Ooh, Kathy. That's another, yep. Small Arts. I love her too. She does fun stuff. Yeah, Minxie, right? There's just too much stuff. Oh, yeah. You could send her something that she uses too. Or something for Jimmy Joe. Oh, that's smart, Jessica. Like a boat. Well, but except for sometimes, like, people have very different types of like, sometimes people are very specific about what they give their pets. Also, a toy though, you could send a toy, right? I don't know why my brain went right to like dog treats or something. Her little videos of her husband throwing the ball around to him in the backyard. It's just one of the things. It's like, yep, just like everyday people. Okay, Jamie. Dee Dee, no planes yet? Marietta, see, sometimes that's why you got to have a little group of friends like we do here, because we all get it. We all get it. We all understand why we all think we need 12 kinds of glue and 12 pads of paper and more paper and that kind of paper and this kind of paper and parchment paper and coffee stain paper and graph paper and lined paper for coffee staining and lined paper that's not coffee stained. Right? Maybe they are delayed. Oh, you haven't seen them either, Jamie. Maybe you were punked by the Blue Angels. I'm just saying. This is as tall as the page, so I don't want to put. Maybe it needs some of these up at the top, along the side, a couple little chunks. These are super fun too. Okay, back to the art glitter glue. Dee Dee, it's a hoax to see how many people go outside. They're just gonna fly a drone over the path and like look at all the people. They're just gonna put a drone footage of all the people standing outside trying to see the Blue Angels, and as they're punking them. And it's not even nice out today there, isn't it? I think you guys said it was like cloudy or something. Cloudy and cold. Emily, grumpy when you can't craft, right? Oh, Jamie, your son's going to launch a drone to see the planes. That's kind of cool. And some down here. Look at how that just totally finishes it off. Boom. Well, hello there, Paula. Shubling. Dee Dee. Oh, goodness. You guys. Oh, guys. It's lovely out here. I don't know if you can hear the birds and stuff, but they're singing. They're out chirping. Everybody say your name for Paula. Introduce yourselves. Hi, ladies. She says she doesn't know us by name. Hi, I'll start. Hi, Paula. I'm Nikki Adigan. I'm Musings by Nikki. Here, do this. Actually, let's just do this. If your name that you're using right now is your like proper actual name, then and you have an Etsy shop or a different YouTube channel that you use for business, put that in the comments. But if you're like what Minxie just did there, if your YouTube name that you're using right now is your shop name, then put your actual name there, or just put them both. Like I would say Nikki Adigan, Musings by Nikki. Ready? Go. Minxie did first. Dee Dee, you failed already. You got to put your... Kathy Johnson is the mom. Kathy Johnson is the... I think we have a couple Kathys in here right now, actually. Dee Dee, remember what happens when you're not paying attention. Then you get yourself in trouble and you fail at these things. And Kathy, just Ann, no shop. That's fine. It doesn't make you any less important or welcomed here for sure. Oh, wait, hold on. Jessica, Oceanodroma? I'm Oceanodroma? Oh my goodness. I'm suddenly like, it's very small. Kathy Nolan, call me Aussie Kathy. There you go. I said it right, Jessica? Oceanodroma. Claire, you have no Etsy. That's fine. Nora, that's fine. I don't mind if you don't have an Etsy. That's awesome that you guys are here. just being crafters all together. Yes, Paula, you won one of my 19 days of giveaways. Those were so fun. Oh, you guys, that's not sticking down with that. Did I not put enough? It wants to move. Dee Dee said to go with this. Oh, let's see. You like my Etsy shop? Thank you. I appreciate that. I enjoy equally, I think, digitally designing things and like paper crafting like this. I think I like them both. Oh, thank you, Anne. Dee Dee, it is not operator error. I think it's your advice. Nora, you're a shopper? Well, I mean, honestly, we appreciate that. I appreciate the business. I appreciate the support. Makesy, that's a problem that we run into, right? So many of the same names. Like, except it worked on yours, Dee Dee. I don't, maybe. I'll just hold it down for a second. I'll just hold it down. Maybe that's what it needs. It needs pressure and contact. It could be this paper too, though, because this is like a really textured paper. It has almost it almost feels kind of like wallpaper. So I might need to try some different, if this doesn't work. We'll see. Thanks, Mixie. These little flatback things. Now, Amy, if you're still here, where'd you get these at? Because I would totally do these again too. These are kind of fun. Look, they just add just a little bit of bling. I like it. Jessica Rapp is awesome. She's another one that's like, no, she doesn't put on any airs. She is just, you can imagine that she is who she is on her videos, just like she is who she is in real life. I'm going to just set this aside and we're just going to be very precious with it and hope that it dries over there and gets rid of its little attitude. Okay. You got those on eBay. Okay. Oh, hi, Linda. LP Red Flower is Linda. Hi, Linda. Welcome. So glad you could stop by. Thanks, Marietta. It did turn out great. I'm just putting it over there and I'm hoping that it chills out for a minute and that those pearls dry on there. If not, then I'll maybe just try some Fabri-Tac. Because like I said, it might not be all Dee Dee's fault. Maybe. I don't know. We're not putting that. We're not totally excusing her right now, but it may not be totally her fault. So this is kind of, because this is kind of like wallpapery feeling. So stuff doesn't always glue the best to it. I agree, Emily. It probably is her fault. I mean, let's just keep it real. Okay, this is going to be like an over the top of a page tag, and then I'll clip it on. Oh, did you have those in your shop, Amy? Did you have these in your shop? I haven't been over to your shop for a minute. Apparently I need to go do that because maybe I could get my hands on some of this stuff. You were just so gracious and sent it to me in Happy Mail. Okay. We got all the flowers. Let's go with a little bigger one. Do that one there. I like to put magenta on over the page tags. Gail has just put up a video of her husband's smoothie. That's right. He made her a smoothie the other day while she was crafting, and then she said he brought it down to her. Ade, are you still on here? Is my husband still in this thing? Ade, if you're in here, I would just like to request, listen, Gail, she's pretty amazing, prolific crafter. We all love her and stuff. And part of what her husband does to support her while she's doing her crafting is make her smoothies. And I'm just saying, I would appreciate a smoothie while I'm crafting. I feel like it would help me to be a better crafter if you would make me a smoothie. Now, I don't know. Oh, you say awesome. Great. I will give you a link to Gail's husband making her smoothies so you will know what kind of smoothies I need that will, and maybe coffee. Oh my gosh, you guys. I married a good one, huh? Look at that. Coffee for me? I mean, it is getting a little low. Yeah, Emily. That's a good one. He's a keeper. Look it. If I'm gonna have to teach him how to make coffee smoothies. OMG. That would be amazing. Thanks, babe. This is what, okay. So this is what happens in our house. This is an insight into my husband and I's relationship. He'll say, okay, I'll say, could you stop, like, for instance, could you stop on your way home from work today and get eggs? Which this isn't a really good example because like he's not going to work right now, but just pretend like everything's normal and we're not living in the twilight zone right now. So it's like, hey, can you stop and get some eggs on your way home? And he'll be like, sure, no problem. And then I'll say, thanks. And he'll go, well, I haven't done it yet. So like, there's always this little bit of like room for, well, he might not actually do it. So don't thank him quite yet. So when he said up there, I haven't got it yet, that's pretty much what he's saying. So he's like, yeah, I'll say it because it sounds good for me to say that I'll make you a smoothie or some coffee, and that will get me some points. But then I'll say, hey, that's awesome, thank you. And then he'll say, well, I haven't done it yet. So then it's like, well, I probably would, but if I don't, now I have an out because I didn't actually promise that I would. And I did warn you that I haven't done it yet. Thanks anyway. It's the thought that counts, and that's what he operates under. It's the thought that counts. Oh my gosh. Okay. The video has a recipe under her video. Okay, so Ade, there you go. I mean, Gail's husband's making her smoothies and then making videos about how to make the smoothies and stuff. Just saying. Guy speak is confusing. Yeah, Dee Dee. That's why God made women too. To be translators. Yes, Linda, I totally missed that up there, but look it'll give me more inspiration and to make more money. I would think of, oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited. I keep knocking over my art glitter glue. Think of how much money I would probably make if I had coffee smoothies in my hand. Just saying. I will probably be, I'd become a Gail. I think it would happen. I think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Now, do I want to kind of tuck this down underneath the lace there? I think that's what we're going to do. And let that just go free flowing around it. If only it were that easy. I know, Emily. It's okay. You know what? I love Gail and I love Tracy. I love all you guys. But I also love that we are not the same, because wouldn't that be so boring if everybody just made the same journals and the same stuff? Like, that's one of the cool things so you can always tell what the trends are. So for a while, everybody who's everybody is making a bee journal, And then, for a minute, everybody's making, nature journals. And it just seems to like go a new kit, new kits will come out. Andrea at Artie Mays, there's another one. She'll put out a new kit. And then all of a sudden, everybody is making the blue butterfly kit, which just happened recently. And, but the cool thing is everybody's take on it is different. So it's not the same, like everybody's blue butterfly kit is not the same because everybody does it different and has different supplies and stuff. Can you imagine how boring it would be if everybody just made the same book? And that'd be kind of lame. Your hubby and you have been together so long that you're always saying the same thing and have become two parts of the same person. That happens, Claire. We're kind of the same way. How long have you guys been married? It's 17 years for us over here. Well, hello, Dee. Welcome. Claire, 23 years. Good on you. 15 for you, Manxie. 23 for you, M. Wow. M, you must have got married younger, huh? Because I think we're the same age. Well, I got married a little older. 34 years for you. Claire, since you were 19. Wow. 23 when you... M, you were 10? That... No wonder you look so young. Wow, that's very fundamentalist of you. Oh my goodness. Susan, 50 years. Good for you. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. Linda, yep, good one. And 40 years for you. Wow. Good for you. Kathy, 38 years. This really, right? There's a lot of married years among us. I agree, Claire. We're a wealth of wisdom on how to survive marriage well. Because we all seem to be fairly sane and doing okay here. Going on 37 years. Man. This is really awesome, guys. I'm very proud of all of us. I love my marriage. Yep. Yeah, Kathy, I think you had said that before, that you weren't married, but that you guys had been together forever. You haven't aged a bit, Dee, but he's gotten old. Probably because we all own a pair of scissors and have no fingertips left from the hot glue burns. Oh, sanity is optional. I agree. Yeah. I mean, we can revisit the thought again, but I'm quite in love with mine. He's a pretty good dude, even if he does not actually make me the coffee smoothie. He's still a good guy. Maybe we'll see if any of these are small enough. 42 years before husband passed away 8 years ago. Wow, so this would have been 50 years. Marietta, sorry to hear that, but congratulations on what a good amount of time. Dee Dee, these stamps, is this what you're talking about? Oh, gal, you're a widow too. Wendy. Oh, Wendy, you're not kicked out of the club, honey. Just like if you don't have a just like if you don't have an Etsy shop, you're not kicked out of the club. We're all part of the club here. Club membership does not require marriage or having an Etsy shop or anything like that. Dee Dee, these are in my shop. These are mine. They're butterfly stamps and cheerful butterflies and cheerful flowers or something like that. I don't ever remember what I actually call my kits half the time. I hate making up names for my kits. It's like super, one of my worst parts of designing kits is trying to figure out what the heck to call them. Minxie, 24 hours, 24-year difference. Wow. That's big. My one of my best friends since 6th grade has an 11-year difference between her and her husband. We're always making fun of how he's so old. You got that one beat. Dee, I'm so glad you found your way to my channel. Welcome to our little crazy corner of this world here. We're a tight little knit group over here, just trying to have some fun and be funny. And oh, Dee Dee, you were trying to be funny? I mean, good attempt, I guess. Minxie, your eldest stepson is 2 years younger than me. Wow, is that like a super... Kathy Nolan, Gail just said she wishes Mike was there to make us all smoothies in the morning. I wish so too. Oh. That would be strange, wouldn't it, Minxie? Like, is it weird? Is it weird? Was it weird at first? That would be weird to me. But I suppose you just get used to it too, huh? This needs something over here, guys. What does it need? I'm like only half paying attention because I'm really enjoying your chat. So I'm trying to, oh, you know, I do like jest with my husband since he's only 5 years older than me. But every time he just had a birthday, April 8th. So every time he turns a year older, I always give him heck for how he's beating me. He's still beating me. Not beating me, like beating me. He's still beating me. That sounds horrible. He's not. I promise. He never has. Only that one time. And the police were really nice. Just kidding. More lace. That's true, Jamie. You know, there's always lace. I should have shrunk some of these down. Okay, more lace. Let's see. Let's pull out the lace. Get some lace. Oops. It has never felt awkward. You're just really good friends. Sure. That's really cool. The stamp downloads in my shop, what type of printer do you need for that? I use an HP Envy. It's by no means is it yeah, Emily, right? My printer, I was just gonna say, I seriously think it was like a $50 printer. It is not it is definitely not any fancy printer by any means. It's just standard HP printer. It's an inkjet, and it does this really good job of printing them. So, like Emily said, it prints them beautifully. Yeah, happy birthday, Mr. Adigan. Still older than me. He's beating me still. Not beating me. But yeah, like, oh, your HP, did you have an Envy? But see, that was like the nice thing about it is when I bought a pretty cheap printer, I wasn't thinking that I'd ever be doing this much printing, but I do a lot of printing, and the Envy is like a super cheap model as far as printers go. I mean, I know you can buy a lot more expensive printers, and I just have the ink, plan, the instant ink plan. So yeah, Marietta. So, okay, it drinks the ink. I agree with that. But I got the instant ink plan because I do so much, printing. So then they just keep cartridges coming, which is really nice because I was awful at remembering to get cartridges and have them on hand. But it really does do a really good job printing. I think for the price, I mean, it's seriously. And yeah, Emily, I would get it again because of that too. Stopped scanning. I like it. I know a lot of women have like the eco tank printers. Eco tank, right? Am I saying that right? Yeah. And love them. I know Tracy has one and talks about it a lot. Okay, so Epson, Jessica, is that an eco tank thing? Okay, let's just say, who has an eco tank? Oh, Dee Dee, you do. Okay, so you have the eco tank, and this is like the one that you can refill it, right? You refill it yourself, like you buy little. Oh, you do too, Minxie? You like buy, and Nora, you buy, like, do you buy bottles of ink and refill it yourself or something, right? Liquid ink? Yeah, Kathy, that's a really good point. You can change the settings so you don't use as much ink too. Amy, you've got one? So you just refill it, right? And does it seem to, like, from what I hear, if I'm thinking right, what people usually say, like, oh, that one's too big. It does a really good job. Spill proof. Well, I would need that because I would for sure spill ink everywhere. And then I'd be like, hi guys, and I'd have, like, magenta all on my hand. They last forever. Yeah, how often do you buy refills? And how fast does it print? Like, is it any faster at all? Or, because, like, that's one thing about my Envy when I do, oh, and can you do borderless on the Eco Tank? Can you do borderless, guys? Because that is one of the reasons why I like my Envy as well. I'm going to grab out a little bit different lace here for a second. We'll grab that one, and we'll grab this one, and maybe this one. Whoops, that one just went flying. Okay, hold on, I missed it. Yes, bottles to refill. Some models do borderless, but not mine. Oh, are there different models of Eco Tank? Oh, now this is getting confusing. Not faster. My model doesn't print borderless. See, that would be something though. I would want it to print borderless because I do like getting an actual 8.5 by 11 print. Jamie's right again, lace. So do some of you guys still run, like, do you run two printers because they do different things? That might be a thing. Do this, and we'll maybe layer some of this. Prints just as fast as any. Oh, that's too much. Too much. You know what I need? Oh, and I think I used them all up. I need some little of these guys. These are my last few that I have here. What, Linda? What? That's crazy. Minxie, yours does double-sided too? Wow. That's pretty impressive. A 1,000 sheets. Mine is I mean I've liked my HP, and I'm not thinking about getting a new one anytime soon because this one will go till it dies. Plus, I think it'd be pretty hard to justify buying a new printer when I just got to get my scan and cut and other things, other toys. I've upgraded several toys this year. Crafty, they're not toys, they're business things. See, you guys are all talking about how great the eco printer is. So, I mean, this would probably be a thing for next time. So far mine, yeah, my scan and cut especially when you've got fingers that don't want to work all the time, the scan and cut has been a revelation. It has been awesome. That's why, okay, look at these stamps, right? I don't know, let me scroll up here for a second so I can see. See the edges on these? Right there? The scan and cut did that. It goes the little tiny, it does all the little ridges and everything. It's pretty impressive. I am very happy with my scan and cut. Yeah, Minxie. See, that's the thing. When you're on design team, you got to print a lot. You end up doing a lot of printing. Or if you have a shop where you offer printed, like pre-printed kits, which I only do on kind of a like as requested basis, just because I don't, I think that would be difficult to keep up with having prints of all of my kits available as well. But I also understand that not everybody has access to a printer all the time. Yeah, Emily, if yours is dead, now's the chance to get the one you want. Okay, that's what it needed. That's what it needed. Maybe another. I think I might have I do have the DX, the Scan and Cut DX. It's really fast and it's very quiet. Oh, all right. Bye, Emily. It was so nice to have you here hanging out with us for a while. Adios. Say hi to Mike. Oh. Oh. I have just a couple of these little, I need to do some cutting. So yeah, the scan and cut is like, because I honestly do have problems with my fingers, and my hand doesn't like to work all the time, especially you can kind of see it's even swollen right now. So sometimes my hand just like makes it almost impossible to hold the scissors. So cutting out all the bits and pieces of a kit gets pretty difficult at times. And so the scan and cut has literally just been, it's been awesome. This one, the DX, it zips through stuff so fast, and it's easy to run and it's quiet and I can just have it going. Yep, Kathy, it's from the fibro. Totally. Although I think I might have actually injured this finger I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I did. I have no idea if it's like an overuse injury or something, but it's bothering me more than normal. D, how do you junk journal crafters know how to place such lovely things together? They turn out so wonderful. And I'm just watching because I wouldn't know what to put together. Well, D, first of all, I'll give you my take on it and then we'll let some of these other lovely people over here. But Gail has a very good point, and that's about what I was just about ready to say. I have watched a ton of YouTube videos. So I think the more you just watch people do their thought process and their crafting, you kind of catch inspiration from them. And you go, oh, okay, I see how they did that, or how they layered that, or how, she put lace over there, or like if you're Jamie, you just say lace, put lace, more lace, lace all the time. But I think watching other people has definitely given me so much inspiration and kind of just like a thought process on how to do things. But then also, I think sometimes it's just like a lot of, if you're watching me while I'm doing this, and of course this is like, not how I normally craft while I'm trying to talk to people and stuff as well. Yep, Jamie Lace solves everything. But also, sometimes it's just like, you'll see me going like, okay, do I like that? And laying things out and checking and going back and forth until I feel like I like the way that layout is or something. When I'm doing things like this, that's usually what I'm doing. When I was doing the big collage papers, that was like I needed to get out of my head and just layer a whole bunch of stuff in there and not think about it as much. But this kind of thing, it's just, I think it's a lot of like picking out and putting and laying out and going till you feel how you like it. Kathy, you have fibro finger from beating your husband. I don't I don't think mine came from beating my husband, but I do have fibro finger. Have I ever tried to go laceless? Yes, actually, now that you say that, I've done a couple journals where, right, Nora? What? Laceless? It's so hard to do. Like I've done a couple of journals, like, sometimes it's just like the subject matter that you've got, like some industrial looking or, steampunk. I've still never done a steampunk journal, but like some of those things you go, but I can still add some lace into it and it will still work, right? It's hard to figure out how to not do lace. Now, my subscriber giveaway journals were on the path to being laceless until I listened to Jamie, and then they got lace because Jamie said lace. Yeah, Marietta, tons of videos. Right, that would be like Tina not using bling. Where do I get the lace? I get lace. Gail, it covers up a lot of issues. It's so funny that you say that, because just yesterday I was doing something in the other book and I think I stamped something and I was like, oh snap, it like smudged, and I'm going, okay, now I have that in the book, like I stamped it into the book and it was a mess. And I was like, okay, so then here's what you do. You just start pulling out stuff like this and going, yep, I could do that, and slap a little piece of lace and then stick this down over the top of it. Solved. lace and little things like this, clusters, they cover up all kinds of stuff. Yes, Etsy has great, you can find lots of shops that have great lace there. These I got on Amazon, these round rolled up things. These were an Amazon shop. eBay, like the shops like Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has really awesome lace. I like they've got good stuff. But then also, yep, Gail, see, look, Gail, you're beating me to the punch again. I was going to say, you can find at thrift stores and stuff. A lot of times you can find little like sample bags or like people's leftover ends and bits and pieces and stuff that they donate. So, ours has like, they just throw a bunch of random stuff into grab bags, But then I also have probably my favorite place to get lace and stuff is besides Hobby Lobby, because like that's the mothership. But besides there, my favorite place to go is this place called SR Harris, and it's a fabric like outlet, and they've got great bits of lace and all kinds of stuff that trims and that kind of thing on your own clothes. Cutting clothes apart, like if you're going to get rid of some old clothes that don't fit anymore, or you're not, that you don't use or your kids don't use, that's another great place to harvest stuff from. I'll go with some brighter colors on this one, I think. I know, jonesing to go to the thrift store. I'm jonesing to go to Hobby Lobby, because here's why. We I kind of redecorated our dining room a little bit, or our kitchen a little bit, and now I have these new things hanging on the wall that have flowers in them, but I don't have flowers to go in them, because every time a new season comes up, then I get to go buy new flowers to go in there. And so in my decorations box, I don't have any. But I still have like winter flowers in there right now, because I don't have any and everything's closed. And I would like it to look fun and happy and cheerful and springy in here, but Minxie bedding. Yeah. You've heard of SR Harris, Anne? It is the coolest, dang coolest place, although you had to have some time if you're planning to go in there, because it is floor to ceiling craziness in there. I mean, it's amazing, but there are literally thousands and thousands of bolts and rolls of fabric of every kind. They've got all the like dance fabrics and swim fabrics and lycras and upholstery fabrics and just every kind of fabric you could think of, quilting fabrics. It is like, and they are stacked. They are stacked floor to ceiling, and it's in a warehouse, so the ceilings are like 30 feet tall, so they have like forklifts that go around and can take it off the top. It's just piles and piles of fabric, and then they've got like 2 or 3 aisles full of bolts and bolts of trims and laces. They've got 50-gallon drums of buttons, like literally 50, and as a 50-gallon drum of buttons you can start picking through from the top down. It's incredible. They've got bins and bins and bins full of patches and embellishments and little little bits of lace and things like that, and it's all smashed together in this bin, and there's like 100 of them on these shelves in layers, so you just have to sit and pick through and pick through and pick through. So like I'm saying, you have to have some time and some patience, but it is so fantastic. So yes, it is a crafter's heaven. Where is it, Dee Dee? It's here in, they have it here, but I think they have them in other states. I just don't know which. It is not a recycle store. Well, it kind of is, Gail. And like some of the stuff is old, so it is vintage. There is vintage stuff, but like all the fabric and all that stuff is new. So it's maybe like, it might be more like factory ends, or like factory, like the beginnings and ends of runs of fabric and bolts and things like that. I don't know. It's incredible. This place, we go, and you can't take, like I see people in there with their little kids, and I think, yeah, you're not going to get a whole lot accomplished. Because little kids run, it's cool for a minute and then they get bored. So, but Lizzie likes going there. The girls like going there with me, I think. So that's one place that we can't wait to go. And they've got cool stuff. It's like, it's, there's unique things there as well. It's where I get like, yeah, there's a bunch of them. Online says 2 places. Yeah, 2 places in here in Minnesota. Oh, but there aren't any anywhere else, huh? Bummer. I thought there were. Look at that. We got a bunch of We got a bunch of Texans, huh? I'm sure there are places like SR Harris in other states, just not called SR Harris, but I'm sure there are places like it or similar to it in other states. Yep, Brooklyn Park. There you go. D, Brooklyn Park is the one I go to. I live in Brooklyn Center, and Brooklyn Park is just right up the road from us. So we go stop by the Caribou, which is our coffee shop. And then we get a cup of coffee and we go to the SR Harris and try not to spend, $1,000 because it's hard. 30,000, yes, 30. I would believe that. It's huge. Didn't see the planes. Sad, Dee Dee. Oh, Kathy, I'm sorry that you have a headache, but I get that it's like super easy early in the morning. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm checking something. Oh, SR Harris. Bye, Kathy. I hope you feel better. Dee Dee, no, I think I'm good. I know what the mountains look like, but thanks. Jamie, yes, I agree with all your thoughts. Messenger, and thank you for the picture. Yep, apparently there are only 2 SR Harrises. However, I would recommend that if you don't have an SR Harris by you, which apparently none of you do because none of you live here, that you do just maybe go Google in your area and see if there are I don't know, what would you call it? Fabric warehouse. I mean, I think that's what they call it. Like fabric warehouse, something like that. Or mill ends. I think that's sometimes what they call it, mill ends. Like the ends in the mill. I'm going to try this one this time. And see. Nora says I'm 10 miles from LA and AR borders 3 states. And AR? Wait, what, Nora? You're 10 miles from LA and AR borders 3 states. Clarify, because clearly my brain is not working with that one. It's not catching up. Okay, we're going with the Fabri-Tac on this one, and we'll see if this works. Laura from Grammy's Keepsakes and I went to one before the lockdown. She found bookbinding fabric. Nice. Oh, Louisiana and Arkansas. There we go. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it just takes the brain a minute. Yeah, these little things, Dee. I know. They're totally look at, but I'm only have this many left. I'm using them very sparingly. But they do totally look cute. That's another thing, Dee. If you're doing this kind of thing, if you are making journals and stuff, you were saying, how do we know how to put the right thing in the right place? Well, again, but here's which part of what my advice is always like, if you put little bits and pieces on the pieces that are all going into the same journal, it's great because it adds continuity to the overall piece. So like when these are all in the same journal together, there will be continuity of the same like stamps and flowers and then little bits of this and the same kinds of lace. I try to stick to like 2 or 3 pieces of lace because otherwise it gets a little too crazy and I think you get too many too many looks, you know, in a book, and then it gets a little hard to follow. Hi, Ange. Hello, Angela. Good evening. Good evening to you, ma'am. Thanks for joining us. Should I do these little guys? Let's do this little one. This is cute. That's so cute. How's lockdown going over there in the UK? Did you guys get it extended? I know I heard that on the news the other day. They were thinking about extending it. To which I was like, ew. It's let's see, here in Minnesota, it's 2:55. Linda says it's way too cold to grow up here. You grew up in Iowa? It's way too cold? I like it here. I like having all of the yes, 3 more weeks, Angela. Ugh. So sorry to hear that. I think we're supposed to be done on May 4th. We'll see. It's 3:55 in the Massachusetts. You need no more digital kits, but now you want these butterflies? I'm telling you, they're so handy. They're so fun. The sooner we can get to Arizona, the better. What are you going to Arizona for, D? DD? Yeah, so Minxie, right? That's the thing. And we were kind of talking about that too. Oh, thanks, Angela. The stamps are really fun. A lot of times when I create things like this, it's totally out of like selfish desire because I wanted them. And so then I created them because I like using them. Oh, Nora's leaving. Bye, Nora. Thank you for joining us today. It was fun to have you around. Take care. Stay safe and healthy and sane. Because you don't like the cold. Yeah. I mean, I get tired of the cold at a certain point, but I really don't mind it. I like living here for the simple fact that we have all of the seasons. And I really do appreciate having like a full spring and a full fall. Let's see. D, I love today's peachy collage 12 by 12. What was the brown paper that you applied to my collage? A little more specific. The brown paper on the back of the collage? Like on the book, when I was making the book cover, are you talking about the brown paper on the back of it? Yeah, so I'll re-explain that in a second. I did a video, hold on, let me glue this down. I did a video a while ago, like early last week or something, where so I've been on this major, like getting rid of dealing with all of my scraps, because I have a huge scrap drawer and it's a big long story, and it kind of exploded on me like a couple of weeks ago and forced me to have to deal with it. So I have been on this mission to deal with my scraps. And if you're a recent subscriber, you may not have seen my whole ongoing saga with dealing with my scraps. But a big part of it was I made a bunch of huge 12 by 12 collages. So like tore up and ripped up a bunch of my scraps and made them into collages. But the substrate, or the bottom piece that I used to collage onto, was paper, like 12 by 12 paper pads that I don't use. So like most of us, if you've been around this community doing this kind of crafting for a while, you buy 12 by 12 pattern paper pads because they're gorgeous, and there's some really gorgeous paper pads and stuff. I totally love that. However, you see, you know exactly what I mean, watching how to do with your scraps. So there are gorgeous paper pads, but then I feel like there are always some in there that I just don't use, right? There are always some in there that I'm like, oh, I loved, 80% of the papers in there, but then there are a couple where it's like, I just don't know if I'll ever use that one. Well, again, that feels wasteful, but it just sits in my big pile of paper pads. And then I'm like, well, that's not doing anything. So what I decided was, as I was dealing with my scraps, that I would collage over the tops of those and then use the back of it as, like then that's the back side of the thing. So like here, oops, doodles. So yes, scraps it's a thing, isn't it, Jessica? I keep seeing everybody like, what to do with your scraps. I would like to, I'm operating under the general assumption that my giant scrap to do is the one that, launched 1,000 ships. I'm just going to say I'm the one who did it, guys. It was all my fault. Just kidding. I'm sure everybody has scraps. This is a constant issue. So anyway, back to what I'm doing here. So this was a big piece of 12 by 12 paper. And whatever was on the front of it before, I did not like, or it was just something that I wouldn't use. But this craft paper on the back is great. And you could totally write on that and everything. So what I did was just collage over the part that I don't like. And then it gets a new life. And now I'll actually be, using it as opposed to it sitting in a pile. So that's what's on the back. That was a long explanation for your question, but that brown paper on the pack that's actually what I didn't glue that to it. I glued all the scraps to that brown paper. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope I'm making sense when I'm saying that. Okay. This needs lace. It so does. Oh, let's see this one. All right, Minxie, I know I was just thinking I got to get going too. You want to know why? Because my tummy is rumbly and everybody else in this household got to eat, but I missed the food because I started my live chat, so I'm kind of hungry. So pretty soon I'll probably finish this one and then I'll have to get a move on as well. But it was lovely of you to stop by. Thank you, Minxie. Take care. Hi, Debbie. Yes, Debbie, using up the 12 by 12. And like I said, Minxie, we'll catch you next time. The 12 by 12 that just sits there and that you don't like use. And I said, sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves. Like I would sometimes buy paper pads that were on sale just because they were on sale. And I'd be like, oh, I totally need to have that. And then it's paper pads that I just wouldn't ever, it's paper pads that I just won't use. So they just sit here, not being used. So what a better way to now I feel like I'm using those too. Linda, if you watched my story time video about my scrap drawer, I did sit with my pile of scraps for quite a bit of time and think to myself, could I justify just throwing out a bunch of the scraps and starting over and being like, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But the more I sat and thought about it, the more I thought they'll haunt my dreams if I just chuck it all, if I bin it all, I will not feel happy with myself. So then I didn't. And here I find myself dealing with the scraps. T, for your ugly scraps? Nah. Like we say, like we say, they're called junk journals for a reason. So that's a great justification for, like, if you ever don't like what you've done with something, you just say, hey, it's called a junk journal for a reason. Angela, the scraps left over from the scraps. I agree. Until all of a sudden you get down to like a small enough spot. You get down to a small enough spot that they're like a small enough piece of scrap, and you're like, okay, is this too small to keep? Like, how small is too small? So here, in my little garbage bin on my table, it's like, okay, these are I have to give myself permission. These are too small to keep. So they get to go in the bin. It's okay. The lace that's laying over my scissors. Oh, this one? This is from Hobby Lobby. It was really cheap. It was on 50% off sale. And isn't it just perfect? It's like skinny and pretty. And it was like something, I mean, it was something ridiculous. Like, I think I got it for like 25 cents a yard or something. It was really cheap. That one I know. Gail, you know how you just said scraps multiply in the dark? One of the funniest things that I ever heard Gail say was that she said when she was dealing with her scraps, and this was a while ago, she said they go in there and I think they rub together and multiply at night. I laughed so hard when she said that, because I also really do think that I swear that must happen. She said I think they rub together. Oh my goodness. I've gone into the bin and retrieved scraps. Yep, I've done that. I've been like, oh, that little piece of whatever would have looked perfect right here. I know right where it is. And I've gone in and retrieved. Nope, that's doing the most. We're not putting that on there. Yeah. Oh, you guys. Angela Kerr, who's in here right now. If you guys don't know about her channel, you should definitely know about her channel. She's been doing this so much fun, these envelopes. She's got Angela Kerr is another really great channel. If you guys don't know about her channel, you should go check it out too. Yes, the envelopes are fun. I'm loving them. Okay, I think that's stuck down. I think we're good. I'm just gonna call that one good. Actually, I think that one needs a hole punch, and it needs some of this. That'll do it. See, Dee Dee, you know too. Like any of us that are watching it, we're loving it. Gail, you guys, we're loving the envelope thing. Yep, Debbie, subscribe to Angela. She's cooler than me, guys. Actually, Angela and I, we got to do, I met Angela through Gina at the Firefly Studio 67. She did the 5 on a Dime challenge with us for a little while. And that's how I kind of got to know Angela a little bit better there. That was a fun little moment in time. Yep. Angela's a teacher. That's one of the things that I was like, oh, see, I did that for a while. Yeah, I missed 5 on a Dime. It was fun. It kind of forced me out of my regular comfort zone, I think. It forced me to do things that normally I wouldn't. Let's see. Oh, hey, Mayor Magoo. From Weird Weather, Exton, Pennsylvania. What is the weird weather there? Let's put this guy together. Okay. I know I said that I was going to get going, but you know what? I'm just going to do one more because this is too fun and I'm kind of enjoying this. Dee, there are so many wonderful channels for you to check out. So many of these wonderful ladies in here are like fantastic crafters. Oh, mommy, I thoroughly enjoyed listening to you while I washed some windows and baked cookies. Wow. I would love to have some cookies. Too bad I don't live closer and that we wouldn't be under social distancing. Bye, Mom. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me while I crafted and you cleaned windows. Anytime you want to come clean my windows, I'm right here. You know where I live. Actually, I shouldn't even joke. She does when she comes. She comes here and cleans. Oh, someone else said they were leaving. Who? Oh, Jessica. Bye, Jessica. Thank you for hanging out. It was nice to see you. Bye, Mom. Love you, love you. Yes, Angela, right? When my mom comes here, she cleans our house. We try to clean before she comes because we know that she'll come here and just start cleaning anyway, which I know that sounds counterintuitive, but she will always find something to clean, even if we think that we've cleaned. Okay, what did I have going on with this one? I think I just had one because it'll show up in the window. What state do I live in? I'm in Minnesota. Minnesota. Oh, Dee Dee, my mom's a gem. Can't say it enough times. I somehow got blessed with a super good one. I know not everybody's got great moms, and I'm sad for that. But mine is a blessing. Yeah, Marietta, gotta go mow your lawn. Tomorrow it might be crazy and 40. That is so like Minnesota right now. It will be beautiful. Like right now it's like 62 or 3. It's probably up to 65 right now. And like super gorgeous. And sunny and beautiful and just a little breeze and it's lovely. And then all of a sudden the next day it'll tank out and be 30 and snow showers. But the snow showers don't stick right now. You know, we don't have any standing snow right now because it's too warm. The ground has warmed up enough, but it has been crazy weather here. Do you have lymphedema and trouble moving my hands and arms? Noticed I get glue all over me. Any tips from y'all? You see why I keep doing this like this right now? Like this? It's because I have glue all over me. What I'm trying to say is I have no good tips on not getting glue all over me because I do. Because I have glue all over. That's why I keep doing this or this because I'm rubbing glue off my finger. So y'all hit her up in the chat with some good tips on how to not get gluey because I honestly have no help for you there. Art glitter glue. Oh, that is so okay. That's a good point though. Oh, yep, and that's true too. Here we go. Here are my Huggies. I do keep baby wipes because they do wipe everything off really good and wipe down my glass mat really well. The glass mat is also, I mean, that is a revelation. It's so easy to wipe down really well. But this art glitter glue is pretty fantastic. I get it on Amazon. That's where I find it. And it comes with this little metal tip and then a stainless steel pin that goes in it. But it has the finest little tip on there. And so it makes gluing even little bits and corners. It makes gluing them down so much easier. Or like die cuts. So, right? See this thing? Trying to glue this down is really difficult when you've got like Fabri-Tac with a wide, it just puts out one big, you know, goober of glue on there, and it makes it really difficult to glue it down to anything precisely. But the art glitter glue, because of this fine tip, works so well to even get all the little fine little lines and the little dots and stuff. So it works really, really well. Also, Emily, who just left actually, but she just found another glue that I think is kind of similar to this, and it's something about a bear. I think she found it on Instagram. So, and it also though had a little precise little tip on it like this, but this does make a huge difference. This precise tip, game changer when it comes to gluing down like the die cuts and the smaller stuff, and not getting too much glue out there in the first place. It doesn't put too much glue. Gail, I agree. Angela gluing down, she uses all these little die cuts all the time, and they are so gorgeous and pastel-y and beautiful. And she's just lines them up and makes them so pretty. And she makes it look easy. I haven't ever really paid attention, Angela, I guess. What kind of glue do you use? Now that I'm saying this and you're saying you fancy some art glitter glue, what kind of glue bottle do you use? Can't think of off the top of my head what you do. The purple school glue stick. You're getting ready to graduate? Angela, you do it with Fabri-Tac? Now I'm extra impressed. I get glue everywhere all over me when I try to do a die cut with Fabri-Tac. That is like welcome to Glue Finger City. The smaller bottle, I suppose that, but doesn't it still have the same tip on it? I don't know. Oh, it has a narrower tip. Okay. Yeah, Dee, the tip on the art glitter glue, that's what makes the difference. I mean, it's a really good glue, don't get me wrong. It's not all about the bottle itself. It is a good glue. It dries rather quickly. It dries pretty quick. And there's something about it. I think it's a PVA glue, but there's something about it that I like the Barely There. There you go, Linda. I think that's the name of the glue. But there's something in it that makes it feel like it feels almost, oh no, I don't know the word to use, but and it dries fast and it dries clear. So two other good selling points. Oops. No, not a strong smell at all. Fabri-Tac. It's funny because right as I'm taking the tip off my Fabri-Tac, I'm going like this to get rid of the spider webs. Debbie, you're correct. It leaves the glue webs everywhere. And then I have to go like this and clean off the tip too. But again, if I'm gluing fabric down or gluing things over cheesecloth, you know, then again, every glue has its place. Fabri-Tac does have a smell. Art glitter glue does not. I mean, it smells like glue. It's not anything, but Fabri-Tac definitely has that like isopropyl alcohol smell, which can be pretty strong. It's nice when I can have the window open. I think some people are pretty sensitive to the smell of that. So Dee, if you haven't ever used Fabri-Tac, then I would say if you're sensitive to smells, this is definitely not the thing for you. But it does work really well. I mean, like I'm gluing down fabric right now, or if I'm gluing something down over cheesecloth. So when I put down cheesecloth and then put something over the top of it, I'll usually use this or a thicker layer of this, but the Fabri-Tac works better for it. Whoops, wrong way. But the Fabri-Tac does have a very strong, like, it's like the isopropyl alcohol kind of smell to it, which makes sense. It has it in there, and that's what makes it dry faster. So there is that. Let's see, butterflies. Oh, yeah. The ES 6000. I think I have some of that here too. That one, this stuff. Oh, this stuff. You think the Fabri-Tac is strong. Holy heck. I don't know what is in this one, but it feels like brain damage in a tube. It's pretty awful. I can't do that one. Oh, I only use it if I absolutely have to. Oh, hey, Sammy. Hello, Sammy. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping by. It needs something else back there before I put that down. I'll do some of that. I know I got some Sammy Happy Mail too. It was awesome. I sent out all my Sammy Happy Mail from her Happy Mail challenge. I sent it all out. I've heard from a couple people that they got some. That was awesome. What did my family get you to eat? Oh, well, we have Asian. Well, it's an Asian market, but it really has like all different kinds of international groceries in it, called Dragon Star. And they also have a deli in there that they cook all kinds of different nationalities foods. It's quite an extensive deli. So they've got Hispanic, mostly like Mexican food in there, and lots of different kinds of Asian and some African foods. So they went there, and I'm not sure what all they got for me, but I know that's where they got the food from. So I'm excited for that. Oh, all right, Gail. It was nice to see you. It was nice to hang out with you for a little bit. Take care. Bye, honey. Gail won one of my 2,000 subscriber journals. It got popped in the mail yesterday, Gail. I hope it gets there soon. I love putting those things in the mail. So yeah, they got me food from there. It's the deli there. It's super funny. Oh, hi, Tony. You just realized I was on? Well, I'm probably going to go pretty soon here, but you know, it's nice of you to pop by for a second. You can see what I'm doing here in my last little piece. Oh, Debbie, that's very kind of you. I binge watch people as I'm crafting. I try to pick different people to binge watch while I craft. Because I was just saying to the girls yesterday that that I'm subscribed to way too many people, and there's no way in the whole world that I would ever get through as many videos, or as enough videos for all the people that I'm subscribed to. But that's okay. I get to see some really cool stuff. All right. Yep, I think that's what I'll go with. And then maybe I'll pop a few. Okay, so like here, we were just talking about glues. Now, because I'm gluing paper down, but I'm gluing it over fabric and cheesecloth, I'm definitely going to go with the Fabri-Tac. And D, is it regular gauze? No, it is, it's cheesecloth, and it's not coffee stained or anything. So it's just like white bleached cheesecloth, but you just buy it that way. But it also very similarly, resembles gauze, like gauze bandaging, but it's got a little bit wider weave, I think, to it. Okay, but now because it's gluing down over all that, I'm going to hold it down for a second. Claire has to go too. Weetabix dinner. Nice. All right. God bless, Claire. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, hon. Enjoy your Weetabix. Those are those big giant like wheat cereals, yeah? Over in the UK. If I'm thinking of the right thing. They're like our shredded wheat, only bigger, I think. Yeah, Angela? Like they're big, right? Like big hunk of wheat biscuit thing. Yes. Okay, thanks, Angela. Do you eat them with milk like we eat cereal? Is that how you eat those? I think of it as cereal, I guess, because we have them like our. Okay. I think that's glued down good. Marietta, these envelopes, yes, they were from Target. I'm kind of hoping they bring them out again this year. I bought a bunch of them, but I'm kind of like getting low on my supply. I sent a bunch out in some Happy Mail and stuff. But they're awesome. I love them. And I'm really hoping that all of us crafters that went in, like, you know, they got sold out. And so I'm hoping that they, that they bring them back this year at Target. And if they do, I will go buy them all out and we can send some Happy Mail around. D is Donna. Okay. Thank you, Donna. If we ever get back to normal, agreed, Marietta. Oh, Angela, syrup and milk. Syrup like maple syrup? Do they, Vanita, have them every year? I only ever found them last year. Okay, syrup, maple syrup. That does sound really yummy, though. I only ever saw these for the first time last year. I feel like this needs a little pocket, so I'm going to do that. I'm stretching this out. Can you tell? I don't want to go. We're having too much fun. That fits perfect for a pocket. If y'all like gel painting, I'll be live. Oh, look, Linda's going to be live at 3 p.m. yesterday. 3 p.m. tomorrow. It would be pointless to advertise that she was live yesterday. Tomorrow. So is gel painting, is that like yes, yesterday? Huh. Thanks, Jamie. I've been going live for too long now, but my brain has ceased to function. My coffee has gone cold and I'm almost out and I haven't eaten. So, you know, give me a break. Gel plating is like, again, one of those things that I think is super cool looking and I want to try someday. I just never have tried it. But Gail does it. That's, I think, where I saw it the first place. But that's where, like, you roll on, you put gel. Well, I guess here's what I'm going to say, guys. If you want to know what jelly art is or gel painting or pressing is, go tomorrow to Linda's channel at 3 p.m. She'll be live doing it. I will, oh my gosh. You guys, seriously. I call this the art glitter glue dance, where I go like this and try 1,400 times to get the tiny little pin to go in the tiny little top of the bottle. That's my little dance. Doopy doop doop doopy doop 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 doopy doop. Oh, stamps, stencils. Yeah. Donna, it should translate to your time for you on the YouTube like notification. So it should tell you if you see her. Linda, do you have like a live notification thingy on your channel? Because if you do that, if you've set up the live like to be ready for the future, it should tell you. Because if you guys all saw my live notification, it should have translated to your time zone for you, correct? I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Let's see, I think I have a little tag over here in my pile over here. That's not a tag. But I have a tag that's that color somewhere. There we go. Yep. Hey, no problem, Linda. Let's all plug each other. I'm all about it. There are some fantastic crafters in this chat room right now. We don't all have to be journal makers either. That is not the only kind of cool crafting out there. I'm all about let's plug each other. Okay, I think this is going to be it, guys. This is the last little bit, and then I'm going to go eat. But I've had so much fun hanging out with you all today. Yeah, there are a lot of awesome channels. So many. Like just here in this room alone. Like if you just subscribe to the people who have okay, Jamie, I'm not going to stop using them, so you can just stop complaining about me using them. Just get some because they're fun and you will like them. Have any of you tried Sewing for the Soul? Is that a channel, Angela? Slow stitching. Oh my gosh. I can't slow stitch anymore because it hurts to hold the little needle, you know, like it's gets to be too much for my fingers and my hands. But I love watching other people slow stitch. It's very relaxing. Like I could seriously just watch videos. You know how people do ASMR and stuff? I would watch an ASMR of somebody slow stitching, cross stitching. Yeah, embroidery. Donna, you started making the kids' room into... Okay, my 16-year-old just asked the other day, she's like, when we leave the house, are you going to turn our rooms into craft rooms and stuff? And I was like, well, of course I am, honey. That doesn't mean I don't miss you. It just means that your room has been repurposed. I'll leave a bed in there or something, and I'll cover it with coffee staining papers. But, you know, if they come to visit, I'll make up the bed for the grandbabies. See, Donna, you have every right to take over their room. We're the moms, darn it. If we need room for our crafting and they've moved out, then hey, fair game. Plus, you learn about all the crafts that you never knew you ever always needed to do. There are more crafts than you ever think you'll ever, you know. I don't think any of those are me. I stop myself. I'm stopping myself right now. It's called repossession, right, Vanita? Agreed. I am not stopping myself. I take that back. This needs these on there. And then I'm stopping myself. Then I'm done. After this, then I'm done for reals. For reals, homie. It just needed some. It was like, hey, remember me? Yep. See? Your mower is calling you. Oh, 2 hours. Okay. Bye, Marietta. Thank you for stopping by. It was really nice to hang out with you for a little bit today. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay. Hold that down for a second. Anne Brooke, textile artist. Slow stitch. Okay, yep, I will totally go check that out. Hey, Catherine, have you missed it all? Well, pretty much. Sorry. Just gonna keep it real. Yeah, I'm just finishing this up and then I'm gonna get going. But it was really nice to see you. Sorry, I'm reading all of your comments. Y'all are funny. The kids left. See, that's what we're like. If the kids move out and stuff, we would say sometimes maybe we would downsize to like a townhouse or something, and then we're like, well, he's got a music studio, I've got a craft studio, he also works from home and needs like room for all his computer stuff. So then it's like, where would we put all that stuff? I think we need to stay here where we have the space. We are very happy that you stopped by, Catherine. I'm glad that you got here for even a few minutes. Oh, and Diana Lee. Diana, hi. Just getting ready to say goodbye. Oh, we'll do another one soon. These are so fun though, right? I'll try to do another live this week, guys, just so we can hang out some more. But let's take, for those of you that just are getting here, we'll just do a little show and tellsies on what we've done. So I'm using some more of my like scrappy pieces and stuff. Here's what I've done today. Wow, that actually got more accomplished than I thought while I was talking. Diana, yes, it's 4:30 your time. You just woke up. What? What are you doing awake at 4:30 in the morning? Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm awake at 4:30 in the morning a lot too. Yeah, Catherine, I'm actually surprised that I actually got this much done as I was like doing this whole thing where I'm like, do. Yeah, click the bell, guys. If you want to know, about my lives and stuff in the future, you can click the little, so if you subscribe to my channel and then you click that little bell thing next to it and say all or whatever, then it will notify you. I should pop up in your notifications then that way. That's okay, Tommy. I'm still surprised sometimes at like channels that I thought I was subscribed to, like old school thought I was subscribed to for a long time, and then I realized I wasn't. But I kind of sometimes wonder if we get like kicked off things or unsubscribed from things. I don't know. I'm not a huge truster of the algorithm. Thank you, Angela. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it'll look really lovely in my journal. If you guys missed it. So here's the here's the chunky monkey. She's so huge. That's gonna take a good tie down for this sucker. So that's the one that I made out of my collage papers. And then here's the cover that I made yesterday. So this is the ephemera that's gonna go inside of this one and the signatures. So I'll probably do a video in the next few days about decorating the signatures and stuff. Sammy, you had to resubscribe to a few channels. See, I think that's totally a thing. I think you get kicked off and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't always trust the YouTubes. I know a minimum. Try to keep it at that. Donna, sorry, that was Jamie, Angela, and Red Flowers. Yep. Awesome. You should check out Sammy's channel. She's right there. That's another good one. All of these. Yeah. Catherine, I get notified. I was just saying, I'm subscribed to so many channels that I get notifications all the time. Sometimes I just like let things pour through. Diana, you want this journal? I'm not sure when I'll do a flip through. You want? It's fat. It's fun though. I really do like the cover on this one. Diana, message me in my Etsy shop and let's chat. We'll chat. We love chunky journals. I know, me too. I love chunky books. I cannot lie. I love big books and I cannot lie. The more lace, the more fluff. This one doesn't even have that much fluff, but it's still chunky. I talked you into it. Got to get the stamps. They're pretty cheap, guys. I try to keep stuff in my shop cheap. They're not bad. And like there's several sheets of stamps in there right now, but like this is what I like things like this when you can just like stick them on. You know how when you're doing collaging or something and you're like, that just needs something? These stamps are great for that. And labels, like every shop has got fantastic sets of labels. So a label is good for it, and these are good for it. Those are all really great. That's Gail Agostinelli. That's a really good channel if you need to know. Yes, Donna, you can use PayPal for it. That's actually probably one of the more preferred methods for paying on PayPal or on there is PayPal. It works really well. And it's pretty easy to download. And if you do ever go buy something from my shop or anybody else's shop, and you have trouble downloading it or anything the first time figuring it out, certainly you can message me in mine and let me know or whatever. Sammy, that's a very good point. Make an Etsy account before buying anything. Because then Etsy, it'll store your downloads for you. So if you ever like lose your, if your computer crashes or something and you lose all the downloads, Etsy's, if you have an account and you buy through your account there, then they're all stored there. You can just re-download them. So that's a very good point, Sammy. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh yeah, Tracy Fox. She's a classic. And then like one of my all-time favorites is Jibid Neri. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jibid. I sometimes I'm like, man, I wish Jibid made more journals or more videos more often. But then I think part of the magic of Jibid Neri is that it's only like once every 6 months or something that she puts out a journal or a video. And when it does, I'm clamoring for it. I'm so excited. Like I make a cup of coffee and get a cookie and sit down just ready to listen to her talk about her thing. So thank you, Jamie, for posting all these links. This is good for everybody, hey? Yes, Catherine. Just like listening to her while she describes her journals, because she's magical. Her journals are fantastic. They are